Welcome back to another episode of the Way of BJJ podcast. This is Minju, and this podcast is brought to you by the Way of BJJ app. So, we believe we have created an app that is very unique, very different, that organizes and presents Jiu-Jitsu information in a way that is not currently available out there anywhere else. So, if you are curious and you want to support us, and you also want to check out this awesome, cool new thing, just go to either Apple App Store or Google Play Store, download the app, and then you can actually get free access to our Way of BJJ Connect Academy to kind of, check it out and see how all the informations and techniques are presented. I think you're really going to like it. But now, as always, due to strong language, inappropriate analogies, so make sure you do not listen to our podcast around your kids. And now let's get to the podcast.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Tuna from Wayo BJJ. First, I want to welcome you guys to watching this shit. And my plug is not as good as Senpai's, but we're on Spotify. Where else are we at, Senpai? Anyways, you'll find us online if you follow a bunch of our other podcasts. We're the same place. I'm taking over for Senpai right now because because I got my friend Loopy over here. Say hi, Loopy.
Hello.
Loopy is ranked number 11 UFC fighter. So, so yeah, welcome, Loopy. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you for inviting me. It's great.
First, actually, I've known Loopy for how long have you known?
Oh, I wanna say
Eight,
almost. I would wanna say almost 8 to 9.
8 to 9 years. So I remember when Loopy first actually came to our gym, Titan MMA, the gym I used to train at, or still do, I guess. Um, and Loopy came in there, and she was just like, "Oh, I want to do MMA."
Yeah,
What did you say you wanted to do again?
I wanted to do real fighting.
Real
That's what
fighting.
I say.
And then where did you say where you wanted to fight?
In the UFC, I say I wanna do real fighting in the UFC.
Oh, I still remember that time. And then we just look at you. I was just like, yeah, you know what? I still remember I told her. I was like, hey, if you put your mind to it and you train really hard,
Yeah.
you'll make it one day.
Yeah, but you were like, yes, okay, you go, girl.
In my head, I'm like, I was thinking it's a good dream to have, like I don't know if she'll make it there, but she might be able to fight locally, and
Yeah.
here we are,
Here we are.
ranked number 11.
Yes, we did it. We're doing it.
So I heard, like, what's your plan for next year?
Well, fight, of course. My fight is already announced. I'm fighting March 30th.
Yeah. Will you
And
be fighting?
I'm gonna fight. Her name is Birna. She's number 6, ranked number 6. And I start climbing that ladder to get to the belt. We're closer now. So we gotta train harder.
Oh, nice. Oh, that's awesome. And I heard, like, you told me earlier that you might even have a possibility if you fight really hard.
Yeah, of
Go for it.
course. If I'm numbers, like, let's say we beat this girl and I fight another 2 times, I don't see what's next for me other than the belt, right? And that's what I'm putting in my brain, and that's what we're putting out there in the universe, and hard training for that to happen. That's going to happen. I know.
Oh, that's nice. And how many have you actually fought like a top 10 fighter before?
Well, Richie was about top 10, I believe. Yeah, yeah, she was top 10 because now 11.
And
Yeah,
how did you feel in that?
I feel really good. I had a full camp, well, 5 weeks camp, but I had a full camp like before that fight, so I took it like in short notice. But yeah, I feel great. I do feel I'm getting to the point where I'm getting a lot better as an athlete and as a fighter. So it's just whoever they put me in front, I know I'm gonna, have the right game plan and the right mindset to do that task.
Nice. So like, let's start from the very beginning, right? Like first you just started fighting off locally, right?
Yes.
And how do you feel like the competition from then to now?
Is so different, even the training is different, everything is different, like the things, the how I'm doing things now is so much different than how I was doing things when I started. And of course it makes sense because I'm learning, I'm progressing every fight, every time, so when I was locally, I'm just training like balls to the wall and just,
You're like Incredible Hulk. Yeah.
you remember?
Yeah.
I was like, "Ah! Ah!" That was me. And of course I still have that, I'm
You can't
intense.
lose that
Yeah,
though, right?
exactly. I'm pretty intense, right? So I've been working really hard on finding the happy medium. Okay, when I don't have a fight or when I'm not in a fight camp, let's work in our toolbox, let's add more tools in the box, and then just trying to improve as a fighter and as an athlete too, right? I don't like to stay like off season for me is keep training hard and keep getting better, right? It's not such a thing as just sitting on the couch doing nothing.
Yeah.
That's a big no for me.
I can't even imagine you doing that.
Yeah, no, but like it's a difference from when I was an amateur that I will take time off, like, oh yeah, I deserve my time off, even though I
But
still
you know
train.
what? Even though when you took your time off, you never took a time off. You were still in
Yeah,
class every time,
yeah,
drilling. But I
yeah.
think right now, you're saying you just have more focus to be more technical.
Yeah, it's yeah, exactly. Because I do wanna make sure I have all those little details play so when I start my camp and then when we get to the fight, there is nothing like, oh well, remember how to do this. I already got it and it's just matter of camp and then just focus on the game plan, right? And just for that girl that I'm fighting.
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel really good, to be honest. I never feel like this before, and it just comes with the time, of course, and with the experience that we were talking about. It's just have changed so much in my like the way I think, the way I do things. So yeah, it's great.
Nice. Here's what I want to know. Because I know when I compete, I shit myself. Like I get so freaking nervous. I'm all calm when we're rolling for fun, but when there's something on the line, like I can't even handle it. How do you handle the pressure? Do you get nervous?
Yeah, of course I get nervous, but I don't get nervous like, oh, many people are gonna watch me or I better win because the rankings, the belt, I that stuff is, of course I'm thinking about it. Of course it's important. But I put that on the side because I feel like if you put all your attention in that, you're gonna worry so much that you won't be able to focus, which is what's probably happening to you,
Yeah.
right? So if I when I get nervous, or yeah, when I'm get nervous before a fight, is because I want to make sure I do what I'm capable of without having, like any fuck up, if you want to call it that way.
Yeah, yeah.
Any, like, I want to make sure I'm there. But that's just been coming with time, that just some breathing exercises, and has to do a lot the way I've been training now, like it's so much different. So I'm so confident, not overconfident, because it's a
You don't want to
fight.
be too relaxed, right? You don't get
Exactly.
knocked out or whatever.
Exactly. Like, I'm not overconfident. Of course, I respect the girl is in front of me because she trained hard too. She's ranked too, and she's going, like, I bet she's wanna get the belt too, right? So of course I respect her. You, as an athlete, as a fighter, and as a human, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, and then yeah, I just need to make sure I focus on myself and just go out there and perform without thinking about all these crazy distractions.
So you still get just every like for every like your recent matches, are you less nervous now or still about the same? Or you just have a better way of approaching it?
I have a better way of approaching it. Before, it used to eat me, and I know exactly what you mean. My first fight
Yeah.
as an amateur.
I want to do an MMA match and that's what I'm afraid of. I'm not even afraid of
Yeah.
the match.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
afraid of before the fight.
Yes, I want to tell you. The first one, it was with Jamie Horth
Yeah.
from Squamish. And I remember it was a Jerry Jonkel show
Yes, yes.
in Vancouver, somewhere there, in the where they do the weddings, the hall,
Yeah, like
right?
a Fraser view or something
Yeah,
like that.
Fraser
Yeah.
View. Yes. Oh my gosh, amazing. So I remember Barmina, blah blah blah. Then it was in the elevator to upstairs where all the people is and the ring is, and I'm thinking, I was like, what if I just don't do it? What am I doing? What? Why? Like I started asking, why am I doing this? What
You
if
go to
I
the
just
rabbit. I've done that too. That's the worst.
yeah, why if I just say I don't want, right? But then you're just going with the thing that I mean, how are you gonna say no? You know, like
Yeah.
no. Then I was in the cage. I'm like in the cage in the ring, and then I'm like, well, I'm here now. And I remember my mom was there, and then I was like, I was so nervous, and then all I did, I didn't do much in my head, or that's what I think. I didn't do much. I was scared to punch because I know if I punch something else, it
You're
was
gonna
gonna
open up your
come in my
face.
head.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the first one is always the tough one, the tougher one. But like once you start getting the rhythm and just competing more often, I guess, you just get over that, right?
But once you fight, once you're actually in the match, it's gone, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Like once they punch you, you're like, oh
Okay.
yes,
I have
okay,
no time for this.
exactly. I cannot get too nervous.
You know what? I think I know how you feel too, because when I competed, I would just get nervous beforehand, and then when I'm competing,
Right.
I feel fine. It's
Yeah.
just I hate the waiting, the
Yes.
time before, or even the
Yeah.
day before.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
I do think if you have done everything it takes, like let's say your strength conditioning, your rolling, your technique, your nutrition, I feel like if you have everything in place, I feel that those nerves are more manageable. Like automatically, I think. Because if I done everything is possible, like everything to the T, yes, of course I'm nervous because I did everything on the teeth. I better do
Good.
good,
Yeah.
right? But at the same time, if you go out there and if doesn't is not the result you want, because I have lost, there is no secret. I have lost so many fights before as an amateur and as a professional. But like what's your biggest fear? Is it losing? What then you come back the next month or whenever is the next match, and then you make sure you prove that you are not that fighter. Something happens, and we're humans, and not every day is a perfect day. We're humans, so
That's good
that happens.
advice, because I'm a shitty loser. No,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
it's important. It's like I like how you said that, and instead of just taking it personally, like oh someone beat me, and
yeah,
whatever, you just be like I just gotta come back stronger,
yeah, exactly.
which you did.
Yeah,
Who's the last one you lost to? Like Angela Hill, was it?
Angela Hill,
That was it,
yes,
right?
that's it. Yeah,
And then afterwards, you were like what, a four
yeah, for
winning
win
in
string
1 year,
right now. Yeah, in less than a year. I
and that's
started in
in a year.
April.
Is that a record?
Right? Yeah,
Actually, an
yeah,
official record.
yeah.
So that's an official
Yeah,
record,
like
guys.
7 months, 4 fights.
You get money for that?
Not for that record, no. I just get a lot of clapping.
Well, if anybody want to sponsor Loopy right here, she won four
Four.
fights in 7 months. That's actually pretty crazy. That's like, you only had like a month and a half training camp between fights then, eh?
Yeah, like if we play that way. But in one fight, so I fought Elise Reed, and then I had 2 weeks to get ready for the next one. Like
Did
I
you even
just
have time to heal up?
I didn't took any damage. That was good. Yeah,
Oh,
exactly. Yeah, and even the time that I fought in 2 times in a week, same. I didn't have any damage, so I could just come back.
you're savage, man.
Yeah, which I love it. That's what you do. Like,
Well, how do you stop somebody from like when they're gonna throw the earth at you?
just let's flick it. Yeah.
Hey, so a lot of people think if they want to fight in the MMA or at least to be in the UFC level, they have to be starting out really young. You know what I mean? But actually, when Loopy came to Thai mixed martial arts,
It was 20.
How old were you?
I was about 20.
20 years
Yeah.
old. So if anybody was watching, they're thinking, oh, it's too old or too whatever. Like, I thought actually Loopy was too old to fight for the UFC. But you know what? You just have to give it your all. You know, it sounds so cheesy. It sounds motivation, like whatever, like the
Yeah.
typical stuff that would say. But
Yeah.
you lived
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, it does sound cheesy, but it's true. I feel like, I was 20 or I just turned 20, something like that, but I was old,
Yeah.
right? Like to start doing something.
Well, for martial arts, you know what I
Yeah,
mean.
for
Some people
martial arts.
started out at like
Yeah.
15 and whatever.
Yeah. But I don't know, I remember getting my ass kicked every day and then just coming back.
That's it.
Fighting and losing two or three in a row and coming back. I used to get really nervous because I used to overthink a lot. Like, okay, what if I throw this one and then what is she gonna do? What if she does this? You know what I mean? Once I let that go, then everything started flowing way better. But yeah, you just gotta be persistent. Like, if you really want it, like, you just gotta be persistent. Of course, if you're 30 and you just want to start going to UFC, that's gonna be
Maybe it's a
harder.
little bit, but we don't know. We never know,
But
right?
we never know exactly. Yeah.
They took away the drug testing now in UFC, so maybe 30 years old can have a chance with a little bit of help from
No, we still get
you still get
tested.
tested. Oh, okay.
No, we still get tested. That's not going anywhere. Like, maybe USADA won't be there, but we will have some other kind of. But for sure, we're getting tested. I don't think it's a
So it's,
sport that should be without testing.
so it's not gonna be. It's not like as crazy what they say. The people are gonna go crazy now. Just to,
No, no. I got an email not too long ago saying USADA won't be with us, but it's gonna be some
another company
different.
doing it still.
Yeah.
So okay, that's good. Good thing. I didn't even know that. I thought like, oh shit, are they? It's gonna be like Pride now, right?
Yeah,
No, no.
no, 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 no. I don't think it's good for the fighters or the sport in general. Like, I just don't think it's good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, no, that's fair. We don't want just people to be jacked and then they might win, but they're not gonna have a healthy lifestyle afterwards, right?
Yeah, or what if I don't want to do it and I fight you and you are on that and then you really hurt me?
Yeah,
You
and just
know,
have
like,
better technique.
yeah. Dang.
So, for someone who started off when they're 20, what's your secret? Like, what advice can you tell people who really just want to do it, and then and then you pretty much, what experience did you have before you came to Titan?
Zero. I mean,
Zero.
I did some judo when I was younger for, I want to say, a year, maybe a little bit less than year. In a year, I was in, yeah. I went to compete all over Mexico right away after 3 months.
Yeah, how'd you do in those actually?
I did really
You
good.
did
But I
good.
was just so strong,
Yeah.
so like, all of the everyone was scared of me
Yeah.
because I was just like grabbing them, and then I was just like a mini destroyer.
So pretty much, so it must be good for confidence then, right? Because you at least know I can do this, right?
Yeah.
You need to have a good belief in yourself. I think you had that.
Yeah, for sure. I did always believe, and I still do believe, of course, that I can just go there and do, and do it without technique.
Yeah.
But it's so much easier when you have a little bit of technique.
Yeah, yeah. It's because here's the thing. It's like people ask strength versus technique. It's not. It's not a strength versus technique.
Yeah.
You have your strength, which is your base, and technique is a multiplier,
Yeah, exactly.
right? So
Yeah.
if you're strong and then you have good technique,
Yeah.
better.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? If you just have good technique and if you work out to get strong, why not work out to
Yeah.
get strong?
Yeah.
But actually, here's Loopy's secret actually too. She's got really, really good genes. Beastly. Tell us about your sisters.
Yeah, well, Anna and Carla, they're working to go to Olympics. They're having the trials soon.
Older sister?
No, the youngest ones, both
Both younger
Carla
than
and
you?
Anna. Yeah.
How old are they?
20, I want to say 26 and 24 or 25. Yeah.
And how long they've been? Did they actually start training before you,
No,
or
after me.
after you? So you inspired them, and then they started training too.
Yeah, it was kind of something like that,
They don't want to lose to their sister, so they did something
right?
too.
Yeah. No, like they started, like one started with some basketball, the other one with rugby, and like Then they were doing both things. Anna was doing rugby and wrestling, but then of course, two sports like that is too much on your body. So she was getting hurt. She had to pick one.
So she picked wrestling because she
She
was
picked
getting her.
wrestling.
Well, I guess rugby is a pretty hard sport too,
Yeah, but
right?
doing both at the
Yeah.
same time, like on the weekends and training on the week, like
That's
it's a
probably high
lot.
level too, right? Were they
Yeah.
good at the other sports too?
Yeah. Carla, I'm not sure how it happened, but she just made the transition. But this is a weird thing about Carla. Before, she used to be one of those girls that, oh, don't touch my
Oh,
hair.
pretty
Oh,
girl.
you scratch me, right? But then you look at her now, and then when she's doing wrestling, and you're like there is no way she cared about her hair or the scratches, you know?
Maybe afterwards. Maybe afterwards.
Yeah, no, but maybe MMA afterwards,
Yeah.
you know? Yeah, I after let's see how it goes for the Olympic trials and the Olympics and all of that, and I'll bring them to Mexico to to
To
try it
train.
out to train.
Do they have like a UFC or MMA in their mind later on?
Yeah, they're not like for sure,
Yeah.
but I say try it if you like it. I go already. I open the path so I know to how to
You open the doors for them.
yeah, and
Well, it's
also
not like they're slouch anyways. They're high level athletes
yeah,
too,
I know.
right? So
Yeah,
they can
yeah.
transition well.
Yeah, exactly. It's just the striking part of it.
So here's the question, everybody: how do you do wrestling with your sisters?
They
Just
whip my
wrestling?
ass. No,
Really? Are they that good? Because you're pretty good.
they're so good. It's just my wrestling is different than their wrestling, you know? But it's so good to have them, to train with them. Like Anna got to be in my corner my last fight,
Yeah.
a few weeks ago now. And it was amazing to have, the week, the warm up, before the fight, even cornering too. Just saying like she's gonna shoot now, and then exactly when she say if she
Yeah.
was right because she can see it, right?
You know, one thing I noticed was really good about you. You're really good. Like, there's some people who are good at managing themselves, or just like they don't listen to their coach, but they do good. Not like they don't listen to their coach because they have, they're just like they kind of have an idea what to do. You're actually really good at, like, you're very coachable. That's one of your superpowers. Right.
Yeah, I got that when I training in Mexico. They were like blowing away, like, oh my gosh, like as soon as they say something, I do
You
it,
just do
and
it.
then it's like,
Yeah.
oh wow, okay, and then I'm like, oh yeah, actually works, thank you. Or my coach Colin Danes
Yeah.
too. He thinks the same, and is Diego Lopez too that train over there. Yeah, is I don't know, like it's good, I guess.
I guess you're trusting. I remember you telling me later on. You're just like, I'm just like a baby. I need someone to just help me. But it's actually just being that, instead of like your ego, just being in front. Because like I know what to do, and it's limited. Now
Yeah.
your technique, instead of just this small thing, is expanded to all experiences from your coaches, right?
Yeah, for sure. And something that I have learned is like ego is like out of the door. I don't have an ego. Uh, but like I'm very open. Like if I'm doing an armbar, the way I do my armbar. Okay. But if you come, you're like, hey, Loopy, like, maybe if you do this thingy, it's gonna be better, right? Then I'll be like, okay. Then I do it. If I don't like it at all and it doesn't work for me, then I will be like, okay, I'll try. I'll work on it,
Yeah.
and then I will work on it.
Yeah.
Maybe I will get it. But if for sure, it's not for the type, I'm not very flexible or whatever it is, then, or if I like it, sorry, I will be like, oh, remember that thing that you showed me actually works,
Yeah.
and you show me so much too. Like I remember in this tournament, I don't know if you remember, I have a video somewhere in my Facebook. I
Yeah.
had a
I tend to be
Kamura.
loud. Yeah.
Kamura. Yeah, you were super loud. And then I remember we were training, and then you say 1, 2, 3, and then you go boom, and then do the
And break.
yeah, and
Yeah.
break, right?
Well,
And then
not break the arm, but
yeah,
break the
break
grip.
the grip. Yeah. Then I remember in the tournament you're like 1, 2, 3, and I'm like, and then it worked. Yeah, you showed me a few moves that I still got.
Oh, thanks, Loopy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm one of those from UFC, and I'll brag. I'm like, hey, I know her. I know her. I remember when she first came training.
Yeah, like there is a lot of techniques that that is like the first one that I learned, and
Yeah.
then I just use it for all of my matches in my tournaments, and then I still do the same transition still.
Yeah. Well,
Like
because that's what you know the most. You
yeah,
know what I mean?
yeah,
Like,
like
there's some more advanced stuff you know, but like, yeah, but I've been doing this so many times. You know it
yeah,
works,
exactly,
right?
yeah.
Is there a difference between just kind of like regular just no jujitsu and MMA jujitsu? Do you find some stuff
Oh, it's so much
works
different.
and what doesn't work or
Yeah, it's so different. When okay, so jiu-jitsu you can be a little bit more relaxed. You
yeah,
can dive on there.
chill?
You can chill. You can afford to lose position and work yourself up if you like top control. You like bottom
Yeah,
a little bit more. So, but what if you fight a wrestler and then you just get stuck on the bottom and they're smashing your
yeah.
head?
They don't care
It's
about passing or they don't care
yeah, I
about
don't care about passing your guard. I'm just gonna be really heavy, my hips
staying
nice
half
and
guard
yeah, exactly. I'm
control.
just trying to pound your head and good luck on doing the underneath stuff, right? I'm not gonna say it doesn't work in MMA because we have seen it multiple
Work.
times work, of
I
course.
guess it's gotta be who they are then, right?
Exactly, yeah.
So what would you like to do in that situation? I guess you just get up, right?
Yeah, I in MMA I wouldn't play like, oh, let's see over here. I wouldn't do it. I just don't want to get my face smashed. What if the girl is have a good hips and it's just really heavy and then I cannot, you know, move or
Yeah.
do the sweep or whatever it is. So I just try to, get up and be or
And
sweep and be on
be
on
on top.
top and.
Yeah, because it's risky, right? If you play at the bottom, you either have to believe in yourself and finish it. Because
Yeah.
even though you think you're doing good, to the judges, they don't know jujitsu, and a lot of
Yeah.
people watching it don't know jujitsu. You might be doing
Yeah.
funky stuff,
Yeah. Yeah.
but they're just all they see is you're at the bottom,
Yeah,
getting
for sure.
pressured.
Yeah. And we've seen a lot of weird decisions in the UFC, even though when the guy's winning and somehow he loses, right?
Yeah.
So you had to be really clear there,
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
No, that's important because even though you can feel like that you're winning, but sometimes you just can't trust judges, right? They don't
Exactly.
sometimes some of them probably never even fought an MMA match
Yeah.
before, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So aesthetics and what looks like something is
Yeah.
important.
Yeah.
So here's you used to train at Titan, right, with our gym, and then recently, or how many fights have you been with the
This is gonna be my third one.
third one?
Yeah.
So here's what happened, Loopy.
What happened? Nothing
Because
happened,
I was just like wondering what the heck.
Yeah.
She must have like probably moved to Mexico or something.
No, no, I still live here. I just, I'm training with the champion, with Alexa Grasso, I'm having the level of my competition has jumped so much that I need to be training. I know I need to be training with higher rank people that does MMA, that they being in the UFC, that they know what's to train and to be grinding every day, it's nothing against anyone, it's just my personal, like, I need to feel I'm the one fighting, and I feel like I need to feel 100% that I have done everything for me to be able to be comfortable being in there with that person that is number 8, number 6, or because now the level is so high, and if you look all of the girls that are above me, they've been fighting way longer than me. They are black belts. They are, black belts in jiu-jitsu, black belts in judo, black belts in this, in that, because they've been training since they were,
Little
five,
kids, right?
10 little
The
kids.
stuff that we were talking about.
Exactly. So me making the move, I'm just making sure that I'm feeling comfortable stepping in the cage with these girls, Before the fights that I was getting, they were a little bit more like the same amount of years of training of me, or
So
maybe
same
I
level, same
same
thing.
level,
Yeah,
or maybe I can
same
just
experience.
maybe can just take them down, and some of them don't have that great jiu-jitsu, or don't have a great this, or but now everyone has great jiu-jitsu, everyone has good striking, everyone, of course everyone has a stronger suit, of course, but now we see the game a little bit more rounded.
Oh,
And I have a goal, and since you met me, I'm like, I'm going there, and I don't care, I'm going
you're
there.
gonna be a UFC champion.
Exactly, and that's something that I have clear in my mind, and I'm not gonna leave that in nobody's hands. I want to go there, and if this is what I think is the best for me, just for my own,
Mental.
mental peace, and just, when I go there, it's just eat, sleep, train, eat, sleep, train. I don't do anything else, so it's just different.
Did you find like you had that same camp when you were at the at Titan team?
It's different. The how can I say? There is the guys are too big. No MMA stuff. They have a great kickboxing program, and they have a great jiu-jitsu program. But I needed something more MMA, more complete, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I need wrestling, I need jiu-jitsu, I need striking. I need everything.
And then you need pretty much like a sparring
Partners,
that
yes.
are on your age. Because I
Yeah.
remember at Titan, we had to get you talk to other people and then bring
Yeah,
them in,
it's
and
yeah, it's a lot of, and
because you're either too good or they're too big.
too big. Yeah, mostly too big.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with that. That's why you're kind of beastly, right? But you need to work on your
Yeah,
stuff.
exactly. Yeah. So yeah, yeah,
So
that's
how?
what it is.
Yeah. Tell me more about your new gym then. Like,
It's
what's
great.
your training camp like? Let's say you go to Mexico.
I go to Mexico. The first week is pretty much for me to because it's a little bit higher altitude than here. So I just gotta make sure that week I'm getting into the mix pretty much, like the workouts and stuff. Because when you go to a new place, or to a different place, the
Environment.
plane, the environment, I don't know if you feel heavy on your legs and all,
Yeah,
you
I
know.
went to Philippines to compete, and then it was just like hot. I wasn't used to that
It's
heat.
different, yeah.
It's like Bikram Jiu-Jitsu.
Yeah.
So,
Oh wow.
so
Yeah.
your thing is it was it
Yeah.
hot in Mexico too, or?
Yeah. Yeah. Right now it's not super hot.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Like you feel heavy, and
Yeah.
so I take 1 week for that
You
to
just have
get
to
adapted.
adjust. Yeah.
Adapted. Yeah.
Does it does it help the high altitude stuff?
Yeah. Yeah. For competition.
Yeah.
Then after, of course, I'm training at nighttime. All of the stuff that we do, coach has watched already my opponent that I'm gonna fight, all the fights, and then we work on the game plan. He says, well, we're gonna be working on this and blah 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 because of this and blah blah blah, and then we do, there is so many guys and girls there, so we just do the rounds and do the techniques and stuff, and every day is just different. Could be boxing and takedowns, and kickboxing and takedowns, then jiu-jitsu with takedowns, then sparring. So everything that we have worked on the week, we
You
try to
apply.
apply it on the sparring sessions.
So how many people would be in your like in your camp?
Oh man, I want to say like 10, 15.
10, 15 of like your caliber, right?
Yeah, or better.
Or
Yeah,
better.
because they're boys that, well, guys, no boys, guys that they are a little bit bigger than me, but or the same big as me. But of course they're men. They're stronger and they're faster and they're this, but they know really
No,
well
but
how
it's
to work.
2023. Everything should be equal though.
That's true. But they've been helping Alexa for so long now, so they know how to work with the girls. So I have ever go hurt, never there. So I really like that I trust them pretty much. I can work on my stuff, and I know it's not gonna be like a big
Yeah.
thing that I'm gonna get knocked out or something, right? So I really enjoy that part.
So they give you like a good balance of going really hard,
Yeah.
but then being safe at the same time.
Yeah, with a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
Let's see how Loopy does with so much pressure. So your brain needs to work like it has to be fast, right? So we work a lot on that. The coach is always there in your ear, watching, telling you, and something that we do that I love is everyone sits down and then they say, Tuna in the middle, Loopy in the middle, go, right? So it's like actually like a fight. People are
There's
coaching
pressure
you,
there and all that.
pressure. I'm so nervous when they
Yeah,
do that. I'm
yeah.
like,
Because everyone's
okay.
watching, you don't want to lose.
Well, yeah, and then everyone is telling you, the coach is watching, so of course you want to do good. And there is days that you don't want to be there, there is, you're so tired, you're sick, but we have, the team is like, it's more like a family, so everyone is more like, you can do it, blah, blah, blah. And it's so great when you're doing camp with another fighter there, because we're going through the same thing. You're tired today. I'm like, no, 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 you
Yeah.
keep going. If I'm tired today, then you are helping me out, right? So, yeah, I just love it.
Are the people over there, are they also like traveling like you from a different place or everyone?
Most of them live there. They're from there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the coach like to keep not many people come. It's just a lot of. We're very tight. It's
Yeah.
very selectable. The people will come. Yeah, really picky.
So how did you get to know that team anyways? Why like
I was so big, such a fan of Alexa Grasso and Irene Aldana. So I was watching their fights, and then I was creeping them on Instagram, because or Facebook at the time. I don't know.
yeah.
And then I messaged the gym, I messaged the coaches because I wanted to go meet them. I wanted to go there just train. I wasn't. I made a have maybe one fight as an amateur, you know. And then finally, so long after they reply, and then
You're already in the UFC then, doing pretty good.
no. When I went there, I
Oh, so
was
you
see. I went there like 3 years ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was just, or 2 years ago. I just got in the UFC. Yeah, actually, I lost my first fight in the UFC, and I went there. Actually, yeah. Um, so that's like about 2 years and a half. I forgot what I was saying.
How you got to meet the
Oh
team.
yeah, then, then I then I messaged them, but I couldn't get out of Canada anyways. I had no money to travel anyways.
You
So
have to
then
win a couple UFC matches
exactly.
first to earn it.
No, I had to clean. I had to clean a lot of houses at that time. And then finally, going to the UFC, blah blah blah. Then I decided to go train there. I like to go to other places to train just to see what they're doing and stuff. That's even before I went to Lobo. I went to a few others just to, to train with girls, because it's hard to find girls here. So I went to train with girls, then I went to this gym, and then when I was there, I absolutely love it because it was raining so hard that we lost the power in the gym, and the people there, they were warming up. I was like, oh dang. And then they keep running,
They didn't care.
yeah. Somebody go outside, bring the bike, turn on the bike, his bike, motorbike,
Oh, that's like a
and the
generator.
light from the bike, the motorbike, and they put two bikes with the lights, and then we were training hard. Like it was that day, I remember it was jiu-jitsu.
That's all
But
you need, right? You just need to be able to see it and you're good.
exactly.
That's like a Rocky scene.
And even it was jiu-jitsu, you don't even need to see anything.
Yeah.
Because it's just about
You
feel.
can just
Yeah,
feel them, yeah.
exactly. But we could see a little bit, and I was like, you know what? I love it. I love it because they didn't stop training. It was just, oh, no problem. We don't have
Yeah.
power, no problem.
Bring the bike.
Exactly. So I really enjoyed that, and I stayed there for I think a month. I loved it. Absolutely love it. I made a good connection with Alexa, with all the team. When you just click, when
Yeah.
you meet someone and you just click. Same thing with the coach right away.
And it's probably be good to be back in Mexico too.
Yeah, it was so good to be back, and it was actually my first time or second time going back to Mexico after
been here
Yeah,
for.
like for during that time will be like 13 years. So it was like, whoa, whoa, whoa! It was so
Yeah.
much different stuff, you know,
Walking
happening.
the streets must have been so fun. Going to training,
Yeah, it was great.
not having to clean anyone's house.
Yeah, yeah, it was great. And then I come back here. This is my thing. Got another fight, maybe. I forgot. Then I went back again. I did another month. Oh, actually, Alexa called me over to help her for her one
For
of
her
her
matches.
camps.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was there for 2 weeks, and then I get a call. Hey, you want to fight in 2 weeks? I say sure. And then I told Alexa, hey, I got to fight in 2 weeks, so we just train. I fought, then came back to help. You
Oh,
know.
did you
But
win that match?
yeah, yeah, they actually helped me so much those 2 weeks, and I was still team here. You know.
Yeah.
But they helped me so much through those 2 weeks, and the coach watched all the fights for this girl, you know, and then just like the way they were showing me and making me ready for in 2 weeks for my fight, I'm like, you know, I love this team, you know. And then more fight, then that happens. I come back, I help Alexa, then I leave. More fights happen. Then after Calvillo, it was something that I'm like, you know what, I need to make the change.
Yeah. So you were at that level, you need to be in a professional team.
Yeah, and it was more like when I fought Calvillo, she was moving so much. She was having all these weird things that I had never seen before in sparring. Or then I'm like, oh, this is gonna be really hard to do something with the UFC or to make it somewhere big. You know, if I'm in the cage and I'm like, oh well, I haven't sparred someone that moves like her. You know,
Yeah.
I was. It's scary. You're stepping into the cage that someone wants to hurt you. You know how scary that is. You know, when you're not.
I know how scary it is.
Yeah, like if you're not prepared, like I don't want to be up there. You know, but now it's different. I feel prepared, even if I fight next week, I all of the stuff that I've been doing, and because even though I'm here, I still talk to,
Your teammates.
Francisco, my teammates, my coach every day, and sending me stuff that I need to be working on. And yeah, it's yeah, that's what I do.
So how long are your camps? Let's say when are you fighting?
It's eight
March?
weeks.
8 weeks?
I'm fighting March 30th, so I'm leaving end of January. So I'll be here. I want to enjoy my dog, my family,
Yeah. But you
and
still
just
train though,
return.
right?
Oh yeah, every day. I'm
Yeah.
training every day. I just need
But it's different.
recharge.
It's not like camp training, but you're always sharp. You're using
Yeah,
your stuff.
yeah. Of course, I cannot stop.
Yeah.
Especially now.
I roll with you. You're not as spazzy.
Yeah, yeah. I
Which is
got a little bit
scarier. I
better.
hate it.
Got a little bit better. Yeah, and just being in those, they put you over there in the worst positions ever and the most uncomfortable positions ever. So I just feel so much better, so much calmer. I don't need to be exploding all the time. I'm not gonna lie, if you ask any of those guys, they're gonna tell you, no, Loopy is crazy. I still, I'm still crazy, of
But you
course.
can't lose your Hulk.
Oh no, that will
You know
never.
what I mean?
No,
Some people who are
that's
technical, they
yeah.
need the Hulk,
Yeah, for sure.
right?
Yeah,
So you
no,
need to have that. You can't
yeah,
lose that.
no, and it's something that they love.
Yeah.
Like it's something. Even the coach there is always like, wow. Like he's really, of course, really happy, and I get to pick so much stuff from them. But I also have so much
Yeah.
that I can give. The wrestling and stuff. So, and just wait until my sisters come over to there with the wrestling. We're gonna go very far.
Your mom must be proud.
Yeah, nervous.
Super
She's like,
proud.
you guys don't let me rest every day, every weekend. It's like, Carla, no, Anna, no,
But she loves
Lupita.
it. I see
Oh,
her
yeah.
posting all the
Oh, yeah.
time.
Of course, she's super proud. She's
Yeah.
super happy. My dad's saying, but, can you imagine seeing your son or your daughter or, being out there with another chick just
Trying to hurt them, right?
trying to hurt? Yeah, of course.
Yeah, but you barely get hurt though, so it's okay.
Yeah,
That's why.
exactly. I'm indestructible,
Yeah.
unbreakable.
Speaking of your mom, I remember teasing your mom. She's got good genes too. I saw a picture of you and your mom and your sisters, and I'm like, which one's your mom?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. She's good. Yeah.
So what's your kind of like game plan when you're back in Mexico for this? Like
Well,
what would your training be like
um,
for us amateurs or lay people? So what's the day in the life of a UFC fighter like?
so we train late. We start training 9:30 and we
In the
finish
morning?
no,
Oh,
nighttime.
night. Oh, okay.
And we finish midnight.
Really?
Yeah.
Why late?
I fight at nighttime. You know, Alexa, when she won the belt, she fights 11 or midnight in whatever she is. Same me, you know. And now that I'm
Because they're in a different time frame, right? Or
different
actually,
time frame, but
I
it's
mean
only
that's
1 hour away from here. Like it's only an hour away.
well, but that's what fights
But
usually
UFC is
starts.
at
Yeah, yeah.
nighttime,
It's not like a
right?
yeah.
So like you wanna be sharp at nighttime. You wanna be like even though when I'm there, nighttime comes and then I'm like,
Ready to kill.
let's go. Yeah. Then you sleep in, of course, because you don't do well. I don't do anything else there, you know. So I just go to train, then go home, sleep until I need to, whatever I need. I breakfast, then sometimes I go do technique like later in the day, midday. We have some days that we work on technique, jiu-jitsu techniques or wrestling techniques, and then we go home, eat, shower, then rest, and then go back to training at nighttime.
So are you doing mainly like sparring, like just like or working on small stuff
No, we
on
do
cans?
technique.
Just techniques, a lot of
No, we
techniques.
do everything: technique, sparring, everything, wrestling, jiu-jitsu, striking, everything. Yeah.
And how many hours a day is that usually?
Ooh, we depends the coach, but could be 3 4 hours at nighttime and another two in the afternoon or one in the afternoon, depends.
Okay. And how many sparring sessions is that? Like how often do you spar? Every day or
Not every day, but like it's light sparring, more technical sparring. Then you are adding kicks, and then when it's like the MMA sparring, it's a little bit more intense, and especially if you have a fight, and the coach, he just plans everything. Is That's why I always nervous when I go to the gym there because as you show up and you don't know what's
you don't know
gonna
what's gonna happen?
happen,
Yeah.
you don't know where the coach is gonna put you, and he has this thing that I'm like, coach, today I feel really tired, but I can still go, coach, no problem. And then he's like, okay, half an hour goes by, and he's like, Loopy and tuna, and then put your helmet, your how do you say, your
Headgear.
headgear,
Yeah.
and your gloves, and you're like, I tell you, I'm tired.
I said it was okay. That
Yeah,
didn't mean I should go.
yeah, but you know what? That saves you in the fights because when you're not 100% or almost in any fight, you are not 100% because something happens. There is I go sick the week before this fight. You know, and the one, not the one after, but the before that, I got sick the 5 week. I had cold. You can hear my voice, and this one, it was a week before. I was sick. I was like runny nose, my throat, and but those rounds when you feel that you cannot go anymore, or you're tired, or we have our periods,
What's that?
the period, the period is then you feel like, oh, like, doesn't matter, my dear, you gotta go, like that's what I love, that is no time to waste. And doesn't matter if you do bad that day, doesn't matter, but you did it.
But you trained,
You train, you got it done, and you survive, you're fine.
and it's
Keep
just
going.
one more confidence before the match, so you don't get nervous.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh, well, I sparred when I didn't feel good. Oh, I sparred in my period already. Oh, I sparred when I was sick already. Oh, I sparred when this happened already. You know what I mean? So it's just it's a little mental toughness that it really builds up, and I love it. I'm all about it.
And then I guess you're used with this too. It's good to be nervous every day, so you're
Yeah.
just getting used to being into that like
Yeah.
uncomfortable feeling, right? And then you just like
Yeah.
get comfortable in it.
Yeah, I'm like going to the gym driving, or my friend is driving, or I'm driving, depends. I'm like, oh, I wonder what are we gonna do today? You know, go in there. If the coach is already there, it's like, oh, he's already here. Or if he's just coming in, and then everyone is like, oh, that's the coach coming. You know, we're nervous, but it's good. It's good. I really enjoy it. I love it. I'm so happy.
Um, here's a question. Like I'm curious and love. What happens? Does your period actually affect your? Not actually. Does it affect you badly? I know some girls. It's like my ex was okay with it, and then my other ex was just like, it really gets them.
Yeah, I have it's different. Sometimes it really, really affects me, and sometimes it not really much
Not at
affect
all.
me. You know? Yeah.
Have you had one near a fight, or do
Oh,
you
I
plan?
got it. I got it. I got it 5 minutes before my fight, one time.
Did you
No,
win it?
yeah, not in the UFC yet. But I remember it, I got it
Did you
late or
use it
something.
against them?
Yeah.
It's like, you make me fight. I'm on my period.
No, we were gonna come out, and then I say, "Can I use the bathroom?" And to the people, the security, yeah, yeah, yeah. Go to the bathroom. I'm like, oh no, of course I'm not ready.
Yeah.
You know, I'm ready to fight. I'm not ready for this
But you
shit.
should have known. Don't you track your time?
I do, but it was
That one came
I
a.
did a big weight cut, so
Oh,
I'm like, oh, I'm gonna have it next week or midweek or something, like after the fight. No, it's not in my fight. No,
okay.
five
So
minutes
you
before.
calculated it. It was supposed to
Yeah.
come a little later, but it came early.
Yes. I don't know what happened. That happened. I'm not ready. I don't have anything. Then I'm like, okay, whatever happens, happens. Good thing my nose they bleed because a lot,
So you can
so you
hide
don't know
it.
where I come from.
Oh, so you don't even care about the pain. You're just more embarrassed about like that.
Yeah, but
Where you're like, break my nose.
yeah.
Ah, there we go. Now I don't care.
Yeah, so that was the time, and I don't know, I've been pretty lucky that I have it after the fight, or I just had it like the week before. So yeah, it's been good. Let's see. I'll let you know this fight, next fight.
So like, do you actually put that into consideration when to take fights?
No,
No.
like they just told me, fighting this girl this date. You want it or not? What do you think? Yeah, of course. And then I go in my calendar.
It's
I
just like, is
come
it? It's a
one, two,
yes.
three, four. I'm okay, perfect. But doesn't matter because I feel like it's just I just put my mind like, okay, well, I'm probably not gonna be the best, so I better do this ahead of time, or I just I just put things in consideration.
Okay.
But if I know the fight,
And that's
it's
why
fine.
training on your period is important.
It is very important. Yes.
And then so next time we watch in the UFC, when you purposely get hit on the nose, you
Yeah.
probably have a period
Yeah,
that
you
you
will
want to
know.
hide.
Yeah,
Okay.
you will know.
So it's just like someone I'm watching in there, but I'm like, hey, she purposely got hit because she just wants to hide her period. Everything is still fine.
She's fine.
That's part of the plan
Yeah.
still.
Yeah. So
Oh, that's awesome, Loopy. So tell us about your next opponent.
she's a black belt in jiu-jitsu. She's been around for a bit. She's experienced, of course. She's she's black belt. I already said that. She's good. She likes a lot of diving and stuff for the lake. She's not scared to be down there.
Okay. Are
'Cause
you ready for that?
yeah, yeah. Well, of course, I my camp haven't even started either, right?
Yeah.
Like I still have so much time, so of course, I'm doing a lot of jujitsu.
Yeah, you're pretty not bad.
Yeah, I'm okay. Head striking is decent. I feel like my boxing is better. My hands are faster, better. My footwork is a little bit better. I also when she fights me is gonna be not quite, but almost a year that she haven't fought.
Okay, so she might
Versus
have a little
yeah,
ring rust while you're just
yeah,
experienced.
yeah. Versus me, I just fought a few times already. So and then it won't be the time too long. Not that that matters because when I broke my hand, I was out for about a year, and when I came back,
It was like
you
nothing.
know, it was like it was fine. So, some people have more problems than others,
Yeah.
but yeah,
So what's your general game plan? Is just to strike her and slam her with the earth,
yeah, exactly. Just be me,
and then
you out there. Well, yeah.
Engage or not engage much in the bottom?
When she's on the bottom, it's fine. You know,
Just
it's
stay half guard
just
punching.
exactly, yeah, heavy.
When she inverts, back away. Then let her stand up.
Then let's go again.
Then throw her on the ground again.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Hulk style. Yeah, I got like so a little bit kind of like off subject. I'm just curious, right? How do you do against like? Is there really a big difference? Because like us guys, we would talk about it, but we're just assuming. So I'm finally talking to like a girl now, right? Like just not a powerful girl, right? Is there like if someone is a guy is your size, can you is there a strength difference
Of course, yeah.
even at the same size?
Yeah. The guys are stronger there. You guys are built different than we are.
So would you go against? It's like a
Competition?
fishy question. Would you go against like a trans
No.
person? No?
No.
But you're pretty beastly yourself. Why not?
Why not? Because I
They
wouldn't
feel like
wanna.
they're a woman.
Yeah, I respect if they feel a woman. I respect all of that, but I just wouldn't want to open the door to have, those competitions with women. But if they have they if if they open their own league, maybe it's more fair.
So as a person who fights professionally, you can tell there's a big difference, right?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Here, if there was no difference at all, would you prefer to fight for the men's division if you're just as strong?
Repeat that question again.
So like let's say if there's no difference between if you're actually really really strong and you had a chance to fight in the men's division and when they let you because you're that strong, would you do it?
No,
No?
no.
There's just that much of a difference.
It's not that it's so much different, but like that's why there is weight classes and that's why there is like men and woman divisions, like because like a punch from someone my size is not gonna damage me as is a man my size punch me on the head. It's just different power, different speed, different everything, and I train there's this kid. He's super strong. He's so good. He walks lighter than me. He's 125. I wouldn't want to fight him. And he helps me train all the time, right? But for in a real fight, no. No way. Because when we spar,
You're
like I
pretty
know.
beastly.
Yeah, I know. But like when we train, when we spar, and I know he's not even hitting me with all his power, and then I'm like, oh. And then he's only 125 pounds. Yeah, but because if you do strength and conditioning, you are but you are 125, you're gonna still way ahead than if I do the same and we are the same way. It's men and a woman. It's just different. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not that we're better, but it's just we're just built differently.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
But you still train with them, right?
Of course. Yeah.
You still beat a lot of guys still?
Yeah.
Okay, good. High five. Yeah,
Yeah.
I like watching you growing when you're training back in the day, and I would just get going like, oh, this guy's gonna get fucked. It's good. It's good for
Yeah,
their
but
ego.
like you gotta respect them, right? Because
Yeah,
I have learned that they
there's different
there
levels.
is different levels exactly. Yeah.
It's
So
like I'm at their level now, just the old guy just trying to do it for fun.
yeah, but it's great. You just learn over time, and then you just learn, and you just think like, well, I'm not gonna compete with that guy. Like before when I started training, I'm like, yeah, I could beat a guy.
I'm gonna win the men's division.
Exactly. But then when you start knowing the sport, when you start, you know,
Having experience.
having experience, fights, and how athleticism works and everything, you're like, no, that's why there is women's divisions, there's men divisions, and weight classes on top of, like why they don't put me with a 135er, they're like so big.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it wouldn't, it doesn't
And
work.
then we don't have, well, I have breasts, but some guys, some guys don't. Like if they do weight cut, like we don't have to think about that. You have an extra weight
Right.
that didn't go to muscle.
Right.
So if you have any advice for anyone just starting out, you guys or girls, that they really want to get into like UFC?
Well, you start training. Just join your closest gym and start training, start learning. But you gotta start somewhere, right? And then eventually, you get your first fight, your second fight, and then slowly getting up the ladder and ladder until hopefully you make it to the UFC or to other big organization, and
So it's that simple, eh?
it's that
Well,
simple.
simple, not that simple,
Not
but
that simple, but it's
that's where it
simple.
begins.
That's where it begins, and that needs a lot of hard work, a lot of discipline, a lot of it's nutrition, it's workouts, it's strength conditioning, it's jiu-jitsu, it's kickboxing, it's boxing. Then I'll put it all together and make sure it's working, and it's just so much. It's just so much, but it's doable.
So if anyone's wondering, when Loopy started, she actually was at the gym for like, she took every class every
Yeah.
day,
Yeah.
right? Cardio kickboxing, then the advanced kickboxing, then the sparring after that, and then the two beginners and advanced jiu-jitsu. You were there
Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
every day. So you just start, but you just keep going. And then I think you just got to give your life to it, right? Did you do anything else?
No,
No, just that.
just that.
Cleaned houses.
Yeah, just work, eat, go to the gym. Same thing every day.
And now she's right here.
That's right here.
That's it, guys. Hey, Loopy. Thanks so
Thank
much.
you very much.
Congratulations on your
That was
next
fun.
fight. And thanks for coming by at the gym, checking it out, and rolling with
It's
us. And
great. I love
thanks
it.
for your interview.
Thank you.
Don't be a stranger. Come here often.
I will.
Okay. Give me a hug.
Thank you.
So that's it, guys. Check out the podcast. And yeah, I'll post myself afterwards and do more plugs.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks, Loopy.
Awesome. Thank you.
Maybe you can do a plug afterwards. Bye.